Hello. So today I'm gonna be showing you, well, testing out um Nika and her passive because there's some talk about it being bugged. But I don't think it's bugged. I think everyone's expecting it to work in a different way to what it actually should be working at. So what I've done here, I've just done I'm just gonna do a bleed team versus HP team, poison team, fire team, and show you how I feel it should be working. And then we'll go down to it. First we'll explain it. So this intro, obviously, I'll just use my stats for each of them. So she should have the highest initial tenacity. So at E0, you get it at 50%. At E3, you get a 2 threshold. So Shelter of Faith, which is this ability, um, can be triggered once respectively when an ally's HP is below 66% and 33%. Meanwhile, when it is triggered first time, we'll act for 1 turn. So to read what it does, we have to go up here. So an HP if an ally with Shelter of Faith below 66% or 33% if you have E3, or 50% if you have E0, or E1 or E2. Because of taking damage from enemies, the ally only loses 1 point of HP when taking any damage before the current turn ends. So, what this means is, on an enemy turn, say an enemy has an attack that does like 5 stages of attacks. So the first 2 stages hits you down to 80%, then 80%, then 60%. The third, fourth, and fifth stage will do 1 damage. So you'll be left at 60%. But say the first, let's say, first 3 stages do 10% each, so it'll be 90, 80, 70, and then the fourth stage and fifth stage both do 20%. It will go from 70 to 50%. And then the fifth stage will be 1 damage. So the way it works is you take damage, each stage of damage cannot be reduced. So if you take, I don't know, so say 1 stage damage would reduce you to the threshold, that damage is not split. You take all the damage, you will then reduce to the threshold. Any subsequent damage you take that turn, so the enemy turn, you would be reduced to 1. Likewise, if it's on your turn, depending on how the interact, this is the one thing I don't understand with interactions. If you're versus, say, an Apsara and they have recorded damage, depending on the interactions, and say you have dot on you, do you take the recorded damage first? Because the recorded damage is likely to one-shot you. Or do you take the dot damage? Because dot damage, say you had, I don't know, 10 gazelle poisons on you, you would probably take like 3 of them, reduce to your threshold, every other dot damage taken after reduced to 1, recorded damage reduced to 1 if you have unicorn, that damage will reduce to 1 as well on your turn. See, that's how I think that's how it's meant to be working. That's how it works. It's not a I put this character in every team, I don't die, I take 1 damage as soon as I hit this threshold. It's you put this character into a team, it does really well against dot teams because the dot teams they if they put a load of dots on you, which I can show here. I'm not sure if Lance will one shot. If Lance one shots, then we'll have to rethink. We'll have to change him. But basically what it's meant to do, it's meant to basically help against dot teams, not direct damage teams, but dot teams. So maybe the CC team is going to be counter to that, but I feel like it's more aimed at PvE content anyway. But it's meant to help against lots of little attacks, not big attacks or lots of big attacks. If you have a one big attack that say does 90% of your health, you're going to be left on 10%. That's going to trigger both your 50, 66 and 33% in one turn. Because it's not hard once per turn. It's when they reach, it triggers them. And if one attack reaches both of them, which hopefully I can show, I'm not sure I'm about to show that, but if it does, both of them will be triggered. So we go into some gameplay. Hopefully I can show here that we can get it so Erato starts nuking us. And then as soon as Erato starts nuking us, we can see that our health threshold will be fine. But we need to actually get down to that. Okay, I don't think we're actually going to do it. Okay, so Erato died. Let me just edit. Let's try again. Line up. We are just going to give them, for the sake of clarity, because I only want to test out that, we're going to leave you in. We'll leave her in. We'll give you MJ and Sun Wukong around here somewhere. Okay. Actually, no, let's not do Sun Wukong. Let's do Gazelle. Okay. I want to show off how I feel it's going to be done. So let's just restart. Sing. Okay. Oh no, I did not sync it. Okay. So same again. Okay, you see how it literally stopped. So here she didn't die. She probably would have died then. Let me do. So Lance is going next. What I want to do, I want to do this. I'm gonna put it onto 1 speed so you can see for Lance. Do we do this? Oh no, that was a bad call. Okay, that was a very bad ability on my end. Okay, let's just do. We want Erato to go. We're just gonna base it. Okay. Let me just show you that again. I gotta go slow mo though. Cause it showed it on this first ability. I think they lose Shield of Faith because she dies. Okay, so we do this. So Erato then goes boom, Giselle. So here, boom, boom. See one. Do you see the one? The one appeared. So if we look at people's thresholds, we have 66, 66, 66, 66. However, Nika, she was reduced to 33%, but she took a bigger damage chunk. So look, we look at everyone's thresholds. They're all at where they should be. No one was reduced beyond one of the thresholds. The only question I do have though here, Nika did take a lot more damage, which is interesting. Let's just see that in action again. So Nika's not going to heal, so Nika's going to stay on 33. But as soon as she takes 1 damage through there, so let's just do Lance. Okay, again, we saw the 1 there, the 1 appeared up. Now this is Erato's turn. He was already had his Shield of Faith. And now they no longer have Shield of Faith, so it won't work. Hopefully that kind of clears up how the ability works and what it's good against. It's good against dot damage. Normally this team would just melt to Gazelle. With her in there, it didn't die. Gazelle Erato, very strong people. Now if we show... Let me just... Let's show... Let's show what happens now if we do a Marie. Okay, put a Jocelyn in there, put Apsara. Okay. Okay, again, we're going to start off. So now, all reduced. So reduced to 100%, 66, 75. So he didn't get reduced, so he still has both his shields. She didn't get reduced, we have both her shields. She did, she did. So we're going to replenish shields. So you see Marie, you see those 1 damage there? Morcus took 3 lots of 1. Again, 33, 33, 66, 33, 66. We're out of shields now because Marie's damage did so much in that first hit, it reduces all the way down to that 33% margin. It skipped the 66 completely for these 3 characters. So what it's good against, it's good against lots of little attacks, dot damage. It is bad against lots of big attacks because it will literally wipe through it. So when you're using her, you need to make sure you're using her to counter the correct sort of damage types. Around that, she's a really good character. She really helps boost attacking. I'm not sure how well she would be on defensive side, but she's really strong on attack. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.